We're live, right, Andrew? Oh,
We are live now,
we're
Sean.
live right now.
Welcome, everybody, to the Medium Difficulty Podcast. We are E3 Hype Week. We are excited. We are so excited. We are going to have a baby this episode, too.
We will see.
We may. Joining me, as always, I have Da Bears,
What's up?
and I have the gentleman hosting us on his Twitch account. Sign up for that Twitch Prime. It is Spider Stags.
What's up, guys?
Don't do it. It's not worth the sun.
Might have one available. New month too. Might have one available.
As you can all see, we are very giddy with joy. Some of us for different reasons, because some of us are going to be daddies, but the rest of us get video games to play. This will be the final week of the podcast until after E3. We will be doing spontaneous podcasts up until then, so probably after the Microsoft press conference, after, we're going to pop up, so it's not going to be normal. And we will return to a normal Sunday night recording in probably like 3 weeks. We have different things going on between E3 and then and now, but we'll still be making content. All right, let's get this started off. Andrew, you got a list of what's coming up for E3. Get into it.
Yes. So just a couple games that they have confirmed over the past couple weeks. Mainly this past week has been coming out. You got Gears 5 making an appearance at the Xbox conference, which we all figured anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Avengers from Square Enix, Avengers game, which
Exciting.
details leaked about that weren't supposed to, which we'll get into later. Pokemon Sword and Shield, which they have a conference coming up this week before E3 as well, but it's like a short little thing.
I mean, unless they announce something major there, that's the only time we'd probably have we may have a reaction to it. But
Death Stranding will probably be there in some capacity.
We got a release date.
Yes. Even though Sony's not going to be there, Sony's probably going to have something going on that week. Call of Duty, which is the big one that just came recently, with confirmed crossplay between PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. Another one that didn't get confirmed, but I'm taking a guess it's going to be there. Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Yeah. Did we get a trailer for that last year?
Last year, yeah.
We did get one, because I know we got it that first year. I thought they took a year off. Did they somewhere in there? So we made.
I think 3 years ago we got confirmed. It took a year off, and then last year got the trailer. So I'm assuming this year. Borderlands 3.
Mm-hmm.
Ghost Recon Breakpoint, which I know Sean's excited for.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Doom Eternal from Bethesda. I think that's going to be their main title that they show.
I'm getting excited for that one.
Confirmed no Elder Scrolls and no what the heck's that other one they're coming out with?
Oh, Starfield.
Yeah, Starfield. No Starfield either. So and then I'm hoping to see Dying Light 2. They didn't confirm anything for that, but I wrote that down because I know we talked about that last podcast as something that I know all three of us are excited for. So those are what I wrote down. And then I just wrote down as two questions. Do you guys think new Xbox or PS5 makes a debut? As just talking points. Just to throw it out there.
I don't think this year. Maybe Microsoft announces like they have a console in the works, but I don't think you're going to see it. Maybe some specs, just like PlayStation. You know what I mean? They'll probably release the specs and the hardware and all that, but I don't expect anything to be there physically.
Same thing. I think if Microsoft's going to do anything, they're going to do similar to Project Scorpio, where you're like, oh, these are like the tentative specs on it, the 10 teraflops or whatever. I actually see Sony. A lot of people are speculating that they're going to do like a one of their little directs this week coming up before E3. I'm actually think they're going to do it like after. I think they're going to wait until like, what is it, that Monday or something like that, right after Microsoft announces theirs, and then they're going to do the same thing they did at the E3 before when the one in the PS4 was, where they come up behind it and they hit every point that Microsoft doesn't hit again, where they're like, oh, you can trade our games with your friends, you can,
They have, obviously they've done that in the past, and it's very Sony thing to do. So yeah, I could definitely see that happening.
So I know I sent this to you guys the other day, but I thought it was funny. I think the podcast would think it's funny. Boogie2988 sent out a nice tweet. It was actually
I like that.
Xbox conference. It was like, E3 2019. Sony is nowhere to be found. Phil Spencer takes the stage, announces all Xbox games coming to Steam. Audience furiously salivates. Phil shows off the Xbox 2. The audience strips naked. Phil sets the release date for this December. Audience orgasms onto the stage. Phil smiles. Master Chief in Spartan armor comes to the stage. Chief announces Halo Infinite as a launch title on Steam as well as no Xbox. Audience members begin to melt in their seats. One fat guy dies on the spot. Sony execs kill themselves one by one. I was the fat guy the whole time.
I love the tweet. There's like a couple things like I being the moron I am, I'm like, it's not going to be December for the release date. It's going to be November, if anything. But I don't know if that would really hurt Microsoft, though, if they were to announce like a November release date, just because the X is so close.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think it's in their best interest to release next year.
I think if you get any console dates for E3, the earliest you'd see it is February. February is like a good month to launch consoles, which that wouldn't be PlayStation. PlayStation already confirmed they wouldn't have anything till after May of next year. So I'm guessing PlayStation is probably a summer release or fall release next year.
Mm-hmm. I hope they change it.
But I think Xbox gets the jump. I think Xbox launches before PlayStation 5. I think Xbox, whatever they're going to call it, comes out before then. But I think February is too early for Xbox.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with the X right now, they've dropped the price to like $300 at a lot of places, which is, I mean, I guess a good sign that they're trying to move on. But I mean, they just released the all digital version, and they're asking what, like $250 for that or something like that. Like,
I think it's 200 now.
Is it? Yeah. I mean, it was still kind of like, if they would have put that thing out at like $150, man, like that would have, I think, really shifted some vibes this generation. But what was I going to say? Speaking of Microsoft and like their thing, they've got all these developers. They said like last year they came out and said, "Oh, we bought this company. We bought this company." How many of them do you think are going to come out this year or like this generation, or is most of them going to be next gen?
I think most of it's next gen. Partly because I have a strong feeling it's going to be a big E3 of them announcing integration with PC, because they just announced the Game Pass for PC as well. So I feel like the next console is going to tie into that. I feel like all these they're going to show you all these games that are coming out and be like, at the end, be like, Xbox, the second Xbox is coming. Get ready 2020 or something like that. Somewhere around there. Like, it'll show you all these games with no release date, and then at the end it'll be like, all these games you saw today are all coming out, or vice versa. They might show the console first, then do all the games. But I think they're all next. I think everything but Switch. Obviously Sony doesn't have a presence there necessarily, but if Sony has like the things they've been doing, I think it'll all be, okay, this is what's coming next. Like, next year, all these are coming out for PlayStation 5, launch titles, whatever. I think Death Stranding came out now, that trailer, because that's the only one that's actually going to physically come this year.
Yeah. You think it's going to come this year? I think it might be a...
What?
I know. Oh, yeah, we got a release date.
Yeah, it's like November 8th or something like that.
Yeah. There was a lot of speculation that would be a PS5 launch title.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
But I think they're saving Last of Us 2 for that.
So that's weird. I feel like I would have went the other way with that, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think we're getting, like, Sony's going to give us a small, like, trickle, like, every week, something new every week throughout E3, because I think it's kind of like last year. I don't think they have that much to show for PS4 this year, and they're, like, just, they're not ready for PS5 stuff, so they're not, like, yeah, they could have saved this announcement of the release date for E3, but, again, they're not going to show much else off, so.
Yeah. I'm just curious to see where Call of Duty has a presence there now, because they normally show during PlayStation, because PlayStation has the first rights exclusives on there. So I'm curious to see if they kind of do their own little thing during the week when all this stuff's going on the floor, or if they do something during Xbox. Maybe Xbox, because and it all says first exclusive to PlayStation. So obviously it's still with PlayStation, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to tell too how close Sony and Microsoft are getting, because like they did just announce that deal where Sony's going to be using Microsoft's servers for its digital streaming, and I mean, smart on both parties.
Yeah,
because I mean, hey, Sony is going to have the same exact service as Microsoft, and I think Sony's like, you know what? I don't think the technology's there anyway. We can put it on there for the time being, and maybe when the technology gets there, have our own thing. But I mean, with Call of Duty being cross-platform, I mean, I think it'd be awesome if it showed off in the Microsoft press conference, because that means Sony's willing to talk and willing to, put the gamers first before their own.
Which I think me and Sean were talking about this yesterday. Is that I feel like the consoles going forward, both PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo are all going to have to work together, because it's all about, this might be the last console generation. What can we do to have this lifetime of a console continue? And it's to have all of them play together. Because if not, people can just go play with each other on PC. Most of the games come out on PC regardless.
Yeah.
So if you want the consoles to survive, you have to play nice. Yeah. And I feel like that's going to be a theme going forward. You can already see it starting to trickle in, like with the servers for Nintendo from Xbox and
Xbox games on Nintendo platform. Like that's huge.
Like Cuphead and whatever else.
Yeah, I mean that'd be awesome. I think this year, I mean, you could maybe put this down for one of my little predictions, but I think Nintendo is going to have a presence on Microsoft stage. I think somebody from Nintendo is going to walk out, either Doug Bowser or Miyamoto, because I feel like they're going to be the two faces they're going to be pushing this year. They're going to walk out there and they're going to show off something like Microsoft, like one of the Xbox's games on the Switch or something like that, or it's streaming through the Switch's app or whatever.
I wonder. Now this is a wild theory, but I wonder if they're gonna do something where you can buy Xbox Game Pass and play it on Nintendo.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, it's good. It's going to be if you sign up.
A lot of the games that are on Game Pass you can play are Nintendo Switch like compatible. They're both on. You can play it on Nintendo. So, I mean, outside of your obvious Xbox exclusives and stuff like that, but
definitely. All right. So what else? What other games do we have confirmed? Anything or?
Well, that's all I wrote down on the list. I just kind of wrote ones that I had seen this week and stuff like that. But what Beyond Good and Evil 2 is kind of like the one that's kind of out there. Do you guys think we see that?
It's Ubisoft. I'm trying to think, because I think we probably will. I think if anything, I'm hoping it's going to be more of a centerpiece, because Assassin's Creed, I think we are supposed to get one at the end of this year. Like it's
next year.
No, they're skipping this year.
They are skipping this year. Okay, good. That's right.
And the one I forgot on this list, by the way, the most important one, Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're getting that, but again, it's probably not launching this year, so I'm pissed off about that.
No, do you think we see Cyberpunk at Xbox then?
Maybe a trailer. I don't think we get a release date. Maybe, you know what I mean? I think we just see more footage.
Because they said this is the biggest one that they have had, so I'm assuming it's going to come out this year.
You think?
Or like early 2020, like January, February.
We're definitely getting gameplay. We're getting a gameplay trailer. I think maybe somebody sitting on live on stage playing it again or something like that.
How wild would it be if they announce it with Xbox and they announce it's releasing with the Xbox, the new Xbox, and not as an exclusive, obviously.
Yeah. I can see it with like exclusive content or something like that. Because I mean that's where Microsoft lost this generation, is because they didn't make those exclusive deals. They didn't get that, Well,
that's why that's their whole pushing point this year. They've been tweeting and stuff that they heard you and all the exclusives are coming. Like that's what's going forward. That's why it makes me think that the new Xbox is going to be detailed, because they're announcing all these exclusive content ones. So to get hop on the train of hype, like, oh my God, all these games are coming. Let me pre-order this console so I can have everything. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like they need to kind of go and create their own hype, though. I mean, I could see it happening. It'll be a really good move. But I mean, like you had games like Last of Us come out, Horizon Zero Dawn. They had no hype coming. You know what I mean? Like they weren't big projects. You know what I mean, they were kind of just built up, and then like when they came out, they were like solid releases. That's what they need to do.
Halo Infinite. I mean, that's probably going to be a launch title with the new Xbox too.
Yeah, I can see that. By the way, I was just looking stuff up, going back to Call of Duty. I'm sorry, but Activision is going to be there. They're not having a press conference, but they're going to be talking about the game, and we're going to get news based off of that. Okay. Yeah,
so they'll probably have they'll probably be like IGN will probably stream something with it.
Yeah. So they're saying that Activision has nothing else that they know of to like announce, but they're obviously going there to talk about Call of Duty. So
yeah, because Call of Duty, most of the information, especially the multiplayer, comes out with COD Champs. COD Champs is like August, September-ish. So they normally announce multiplayer stuff, and then I'm not shocked. They might not even. I mean, outside of that, they might not even be there. Otherwise, I mean, you'll probably be able to go there and play like a demo of the campaign or something.
Yeah, probably. I mean, they'll probably be in presence. They just won't have a press conference.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, and using this as a transition into I got some thunder and lightning.
You saw that.
Damn. So if I go offline, you know why. Damn.
Yeah, I heard that.
All right. So we're speaking about games we're excited about.
Did you see that? I just got one too.
All right, games you're excited about. I'm using this kind of as a transition here because you talk about Microsoft and their press conference and games they're making. This one's kind of been confirmed a little bit. It's up in the air, but the new Fable, because Turn 10 Studios is rumored to be working on it. And I want to throw a little bit more spice on this. Turn 10 is the guys responsible for, it's Playground Games. Playground Games is the one. Yeah, they're the ones that make Horizon. They're the ones that are supposed to be making the new Fable. Turn 10 does the normal Forza series.
Mm-hmm.
They're not working on a new Forza apparently too. They're working on something else. So Forza's taking
Fable Racers.
Yeah. They're working on a different game, which is there's no Forza this year at the Microsoft press conference.
Which I'm completely okay with.
I'm okay with too. I mean, I liked the most recent Horizons. It was free on
the Horizon games are really fun.
Yeah. So that's another one, but I think most excited that Microsoft press conference. If we don't get Fable, I'm blowing my brains out live on the air.
We're getting Fable Forza 5. You could still kick chickens.
Fable Forza Racers run over all the chickens.
Now, Sean,
Fable Kingdom Racers. That's what it's going to be.
Sean, what are you excited for? Because we don't have PlayStation this year, and I am kind of devastated about that. But what are you excited to see? Because I know you'll be looking at third parties and Nintendo. So
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was about to right where I was going. I was going to go with obviously I want to see more information on Pokemon. That's going to be huge for me. I'm definitely looking. I'm looking forward to see what's coming from Xbox. I definitely want to check out what Halo Infinite's about. I don't know. I don't think I'll ever get an Xbox, but just any gaming news makes me, I get excited.
You get hard over it.
I get hard over it. So hard. And obviously, I'm looking forward to the new Call of Duty. That's going right back to that's going back to our childhood. You know what I mean? That's you come over from high school.
I'd hear those words come out of Sean's mouth.
All right. No, the Modern Warfare for me, the whole Modern Warfare series, and I'll give World at War 2. Those from COD 4 to Modern Warfare 3. That was my shit. I hated every Black Ops game. I know that's not an unpopular opinion. I hate all of them.
Disrespect.
I'm sorry. I'm a Modern Warfare guy.
So, I'm not a big Call of Duty fan like you guys. I do really – it gets me excited to see the cross-platform play because Call of Duty is a ginormous game. And for that to be – that's the pushing force for everybody else to do it. Like, there's no longer an excuse not to make your game multi-platform.
I'm a schmack Andrew.
Well, that's the whole point. Like I was saying, with going forward with the consoles have to play nice. Like that's what everyone wants. Fortnite started that, and why not now? Like you know, like there's no hitches in it. You can easily play against somebody else on another console. There's no bugs. It's not glitchy. There's no obviously in some cases PC has an advantage.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't know how the balancing is going to be.
But you only get PC if you're playing with a PC person.
Yeah.
So you won't just go into an Xbox, go into a team deathmatch lobby and get matched with PC players. It doesn't work like that. You have to be playing multiple lobby. Now, it might be different with Call of Duty, but that's just how Fortnite works. So,
which is a smart way to run it.
Yeah. Which I think you can match Xbox and PlayStation together. That's more even. But
yeah, I hope there is like an option though too. Like even though these games are cross-platform that you can pick. So maybe I just want to play against PlayStation guys. I don't want to play against PC. I hope they at least give you that option because Call of Duty against PC players, you're going to get wrecked because you just don't have that fine tune.
At least Call of Duty's not as popular on PC as it is on console.
I don't even know. I don't even know anybody that plays it on PC, to be honest.
Right? Yeah, it's Battlefield is like primarily like the PC, what PC players play, and then the console gamers.
They play like Excel and Word. They don't play like real fucking games.
My God.
All right, let's. I kind of got an idea here. So we talked a lot about the Microsoft press conference. What can Ubisoft come out and do to get you excited? Like, what's the bomb you'd like to, Beyond Good and Evil 2, to come out? Like, what do you like? Obviously, you'd want a release date trailer and be like, it's coming this year or something like that. But
that would be my number one for them. And I think other with Ubisoft, I'd love to see a Watch Dogs 3 too.
That's already it's confirmed to be being worked on right now.
Yeah, Watch Dogs 2. I actually just bought it again recently. I'm playing through it on Xbox. I played it on PlayStation originally, but that's one of my favorite games. Watch Dogs 2 is awesome.
Was Watch Dogs 1 a PS4 exclusive?
No.
Okay, I don't know why I thought that.
I didn't like Watch Dogs 1, but Watch Dogs 2 was really good.
Yeah, I played and beat Watch Dogs 1. I never played 2. Sorry, Jim, go ahead.
No. I was going to say I didn't like Watch Dogs 1 either.
Yeah.
I never gave Watch Dogs 2 a chance because Watch Dogs 1 hurt me so bad.
So different. And it's almost like GTA, but you can hack stuff as you go. You can hack lights and, different things. It's so fun.
Right. I was just looking up Ubisoft games to see if there's anything else that
you were gonna make me say my
it's up to you. You
predictor.
Can say
I'll say it. Yeah, because it's something I'm really looking forward to, and it's obviously 100% plausible.
You're looking forward to Ghost Recon as well. I know.
Oh yeah, and obviously Ghost Recon Breakpoint. That is gonna be wild. The new ways you can adapt to your environments and all that. You get real time injuries. If you fall down a hill and you break a leg, you have to heal your leg, or else you're gonna be screwed. You can't move. It's all real time. You need to eat. You need to sleep. Everything.
See, I personally don't like games like that.
Yeah, I know. It's like playing Fallout on a hard mode. Yeah. Oh, sorry. What game?
That's part of the reason I didn't like Red Dead.
Oh yeah, I got you. Yeah, see, I love Red Dead and Fallout and all those games. But no, Breakpoint looks awesome. And transition to that, from Ghost Recon Wildlands, there's a DLC, I believe, that released that had featured Sam Fisher, which is the first appearance of Sam Fisher since, I believe, 2013. So I'm really hoping that we get some form or way that we get an announcement for Splinter Cell. And I hope it's a soft reboot of the series. I hope it's not a continuation. I hope it's what they're doing with Modern Warfare. I love that we're going back to the roots. If we can get a soft reboot of the Splinter Cell series, I think that would be amazing. That would be my number one thing at E3 if that came out.
Nice.
How about you, Jim? Anything?
Ubisoft, See, my wild card throughout all of these press conferences is actually Nintendo. I'm hoping Nintendo shows up at every single press conference because, like, obviously I said with Microsoft, they have the games Microsoft's bringing over. I'm hoping, again, Ubisoft does something like they did with Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle. I hope Nintendo gave Ubisoft the reins to another game.
Well, they said you might get it too. You might get a Kingdom Battle too.
Yeah, could get that. I don't know if I want that because – like it was good, like it was very good. I'd play a second one, but I'm like, I kind of want to see what Ubisoft, because last year they kind of teased us with Star Fox and they did a good job with it. You know, they got, you know, a couple good levels on there. I'd really like to see them fully take on Star Fox. Well, I mean, or something else. I mean, we know Nintendo's already working on Metroid themselves. I'm trying to think of like what other games they could let Ubisoft, you know, go crazy with, but I'm all for whatever they come out with. And obviously Beyond Good and Evil 2 is definitely high up there. Other than that, the next press conference, I mean, you kind of mentioned Avengers, but we got Square Enix. Mm-hmm. That's going to be their big one. They've already confirmed it's going to be there. Aren't they showing off the trailer ahead of time too?
I don't know. But the details leaked, part of the details in the game. They said they're going to have a single and multiplayer campaign options. Online multiplayer campaign. And you're going to be able to customize the Avengers however you want between armor and I'm sure character customization and stuff like that. Now, who knows? I don't know if you're making your own guy who's going to be an Avenger or how they're working it, but the Avengers are back. They're assembling again.
Yeah, I'm going to play the game either way, but I'm really hoping, because it's been in development for a long time, I hope they nail the feel of like each character.
Why?
Like that's so important.
Like I hope when like other podcasts and other people have said this is like they compared it to like God of War. When you throw that Leviathan axe in God of War, that's what it's got to feel like when you play as Thor.
Yes, yeah, 100%.
You got to feel that, you know, that clunk.
Same thing with Spider-Man. We were talking about this on yesterday as well.
And they nailed it.
Winging technique on it and everything.
Yeah, because we got Marvel Ultimate Alliance coming out on Switch. I don't want another Ultimate Alliance.
You don't want to beat them up. Yeah, you want to strategize. You want to think like how would Iron Man handle this? Exactly. How would Thor handle this? How would Captain America handle this situation? Spider-Man. You know, the list goes on and on. But like every hero has a different way of going about things, and you want to be able to feel that.
Agreed.
All right, and then we got the PC. They'll show a new upgrade for Windows XP and
probably new Razer shit.
Which actually, speaking of the PC press conference, they are doing. It's sponsored by the Epic Game Store too, which is pissing a lot of people off. So I just find that really funny. They just can't get away from it.
So many people hate Epic Games, the store. I mean.
Yeah, I get it why they hate it, but at the same time, I'm like, let them grow a little bit. They're still brand new. Like,
yeah.
You know.
But yeah, you got like Origin, you have Steam, Epic. Like, it's just like it's so much now, and then everyone has their own exclusive thing.
I'm kind of at my halfway point on E3 talk because we still got a lot more to go. But Andrew, did you want to save your E3 quiz for the end, or did you want to?
No, we can do it right now if you want.
Throw it in here in the middle. It's up to you.
So it starts out a couple of easy questions, then it gets a little harder. You got to think back in time.
Okay. Damn. All right.
All right. So there's 7 questions. I could have went to 10, but some of them are like pretty thinkers. So no looking it up, obviously.
Sean.
But
you can be able to tell. I'm looking down like this, like researching things.
But first question is, what year did E3 begin?
I want to. Do we just shoot the answer out?
Yeah.
I want to say 2003.
Sean?
It was.
Jim.
1996.
Jim was the closest, but no, 1995 was the beginning of E3.
I knew it was like, you know what, you're right, yeah, because it was before the Nintendo 64.
Number 2, this is easy. What city is E3 in?
Los Angeles? No.
LA. Yep, you both got it. Fun fact was there was one time it wasn't in LA, it was in Atlanta, Georgia. 97 to like 2000 or something like that.
That's right.
Third question. In the debut year of E3 in 1995, Sony announced.
I said I was 2 years old.
In 1995, Sony announced its debut console. The moment is remembered by then President Steve Race coming up and announcing a mic drop price point. What was the price of the original debut console from PlayStation?
$199.
Sean?
$150.
No, $299.
It was $299, Dave.
Oh, wow.
$299.
I should have had that.
That price point shocked everybody at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And he literally went up on stage and mic drop before mic drop was a thing and walked right off after he said $299. Everyone started. Yeah.
Do you know why he did, like, what console he was doing that against? I don't want to take away from your quiz question, but
no, it wasn't 64, right?
No, it was Sega.
No,
it was because Sega's Dreamcast or Saturn was like $399. It was $400, and people were like, "It's ridiculous," because Sega just gave everybody the 32X and the Sega CD, and they're like, "Are you serious? You're going to charge us $400 for another console?" So,
all right. Question number 4. So it's tied 1-1 still. 2004, when Nintendo announced Twilight Princess. Who dressed up as Link?
I don't know if he dressed up as him. I remember Miyamoto holding the sword and shield, swinging it around, but that could have been a different one.
I was going to say Reggie.
Jim, was Miyamoto your answer?
I'm going to go Miyamoto, yeah.
Okay, it was Miyamoto dressed up as Link. So 2-1 Jim. Question number 5. Considered the worst E3 celebrity presenter in history, this actor and comedian delivered one of the worst presentations of all time at E3 in 2007. Who was it?
Jamie Kennedy.
Let's say, did you say athlete?
No, I was just actor.
I was just saying Jamie Kennedy. That's what I was going to go with.
I was going to say when you when you said the quiz, when you like announced the quiz, I was going to be like Jamie Kennedy.
So 3-2, Jim. All right. Question number 6. Xbox has been known to have some pretty bad presentations. This console accessory that no one wanted was a key piece of their 2010 presentation. What was this useless piece of junk?
Kinect.
Yes. What is it? 5 to 4?
Can I just pause for a second? The guy who did the Kinect announcement was like the scuzziest guy ever too. He's like in a wife beater and like it's just like it's awesome.
2010 is what was one of the worst presentations of all time. And the last question. Considered one of the best game announcements at E3 ever, this game was kept quiet until Todd Howard surprised everyone with gameplay that got everyone on their feet in the hall. And the announcement that it was dropping the same year, or releasing the same year. Which game was it?
Fallout 76. Fallout 4.
Fallout 4.
Yes. You guys did better than I thought you guys were going.
Well, I already knew where you were going with it before you even said Todd Howard. I was like...
I will say Sean answered before me on like everyone. So if it would about time, you would have kicked my ass. Because I seriously...
Yeah, you guys did a lot better than I thought you were going to do. I thought I had some pretty good ones in there. I didn't know you guys were going to get Jamie Kennedy.
Dude, I lived off that shit. I thought that was the funniest. He was hammered on stage, just like fucking like pestering the audience and shit. It was awesome.
Yeah, he said something like, this is the only place where like you make the Comic-Con guys look like, he said something. And
yeah.
I was like, what the frick did this guy just say? They used to play that on G4 all the time. Like anytime there was something awkward, they would just play like a Jamie Kennedy moment from that conference, and just everyone would start laughing.
Oh, it was so bad. I think Aisha Tyler's was kind of bad too.
Yeah,
it wasn't obviously as bad.
Yeah.
Who
was the guy? Oh, it was the guy from PvP on YouTube, Jesse had a terrible one. What was that last year? He like forgot what he was gonna say.
Oh,
You remember that?
was that the
I don't know
Game
if it was
Awards?
last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think it was the Game Awards 2 years ago. He went up
Yeah,
there and like the teleprompter wasn't working,
yeah. So
and
he
then
didn't know what to say.
he
He's
Yeah.
just like,
Yo, they're both from Jersey.
yeah,
Yeah. I met them in the mall
yeah.
once. I
That's
made
No,
them.
they're not together anymore. Are
No,
they?
I know. I made them prank my, poor ex-girlfriend at the time. Can I say that?
Whoa,
I'll say that.
whoa.
she's our only viewer.
And we lost it.
Okay.
And now she's gone. We just went down a viewer. We're now at 0.
She left me again.
All right.
Yeah.
E3 announcement predictions. Other than whatever we've talked about so far, anybody else got any predictions you want to go with? Now this is normal. Before we go to like the tinfoil hat,
Crazy. Yeah.
Well, I think my prediction, which I already kind of said, but is the Xbox. I think Xbox is going to get announced as a release date before E3 next year, I'll say. Probably early 2020.
I think we are going to see that Star Fox game for Nintendo Switch, that Star Fox racing game finally. I think that's going to get shown.
That'd be nice. And I'm obviously going to go back to what I was saying earlier, my Splinter Cell prediction. I'll be super hyped if that happens. Soft reboot or not, either way, I'll be really excited just to get another entry.
All right. Tinfoil hats. And by tinfoil hats, I mean maybe there's been a rumor of this online without any credible information. It's believable. Not full flown off the wall, but what do you got?
All right, I'll go first.
All right.
So this has kind of been heavily rumored for years that this might happen, but as VR gaming becomes more, popular and visually better, that Valve was going to make and release Half-Life 3 for VR, and that is my tinfoil hat prediction. Maybe we're there, maybe we're not yet, but I do believe that at some point we will get Half-Life 3 in VR.
I can see that. I mean, Valve did say they're making games again. So.
Now you said tinfoil hat. This is tinfoil hat stuff.
All right, one of my tinfoil hats, I think I said it. Well, we didn't have a podcast last year, but I know I was talking to Andrew about it last year. Earthbound 3. I either want them to release a US version that's like in English, or we are getting a remake of it for Nintendo Switch, something like that, like a 3D upgrade or something like that, or something. I just want something Earthbound. I just want an Earthbound announcement. That's all I want.
That'd be awesome.
So mine's kind of similar to Sean's. Portal, the new Portal game.
Ooh, okay.
The last time they announced the new Portal game, it was a complete surprise. He walked up on stage and was like, Portal 2.
Mike's right.
So PlayStation's stage too. Yeah.
So I wouldn't be shocked if, as I unplug my earphones.
We can still hear you.
So I wouldn't be shocked if that's what we got.
And it would be really cool because they're obviously two connected universes.
Mm-hmm.
Portal's one of my favorite games ever.
Half-Life's one of mine.
I just like that puzzle challenge kind of stuff.
Yeah. Aperture Sciences.
Mm-hmm. Is there any games? No, this isn't like this is just kind of spitballing here. Is there any games that like there hasn't been any rumors, but you'd be excited like if it showed up or something like that, like an old game series? Like for me, is like Paper Mario. I always would love to see like a new Paper Mario. I'm trying to think of anything else we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, I'm looking something up real quick.
This isn't like an off the wall kind of thing, because I know we're getting Wolfenstein Youngblood. I would love another Wolfenstein announcement, like another installment in the franchise, like a like Wolfenstein. Was it Wolfenstein 4? Would be now.
Oh, okay. Well, it was Wolfenstein 2 was the most recent,
Yeah.
right? But it was the
So this would be like Wolfenstein 3.
Yeah.
So, not including the prequels and stuff.
Do you think they would keep Blazkowicz, or do you want to do like a new character?
Well, no, I want Blazkowicz.
You want
back.
You gotta go with BJ.
BJ?
Like, you can't.
I would love that. That's one of my favorite games from Bethesda, and I don't know if that's considered off the wall, but
That's good though.
I would like to see that. I would also like to see the Starfield make an appearance, even though they kind of said they won't. But Bethesda's always been like that one to be like, oh, you're not seeing this, and then all of a sudden they drop it in the conference, and it's like, oh my god, like going back to the Fallout 4 announcement. They kept saying there was nothing, and then Fallout 4, getting released this year. Boom.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, Microsoft's got 2 hours blocked on their press conference thing. It may not be all press conference. It could be some like pre stuff, but they looks like they got stuff to show. And
a lot of times they end up going over. So
definitely interesting.
Especially this year, they're in their own theater, so they don't really have the same rules applying to them.
Yeah,
definitely true as well.
Because they own their own. They're in the Microsoft Theater across the street from E3, so never know.
Now, I'm sorry. I was gonna go with mine, unless you want to go with yours.
No, I don't have one. Go ahead.
Okay. No. So I'm also gonna go with Bethesda. And I know they've come out and said that they're probably not going to show Starfield and they're probably not going to show Elder Scrolls. And I know last year was a disaster with Fallout 76, but I kind of want and hope that there will be maybe another Fallout game announced. We're not really in the time window of, from when Fallout 3 release was 2008, and then 2015 came Fallout 4. That's what I was looking up. I forgot the release dates. But, we're 4 years out from Fallout 4. Maybe something, maybe another Fallout title, maybe in the main series, maybe a spin-off, maybe a remaster of like 1 or 2. You know what I mean? Something.
Now here's a game that I guess is more outlandish. It's been in the news as this is what it's going to be. It's never been confirmed, never anything, but a new Grand Theft Auto. We're kind of in that window now.
What was it, 2013?
2013, because it was the year I started college. It was 2013.
I think it was either late 2012 or early 2000.
It was 2013 because I graduated high school 2013 in June, and then I went to college and dropped out 2 weeks after it came out. So,
yeah, September 17th, 2013.
I remember waiting in line at GameStop for midnight to go grab it after work. And so 2013, we're getting it. It'll be almost 7 years. So
yeah,
I would love to see it. If that was there, I think I would cry because GTA is one of my favorite games ever. So, and especially now, the rumor out there is that it's going to be the entire continental United States as a map.
That would be ridiculous.
That's the rumor.
Yeah.
So, if that happens, that would be insane. But even if we just get a trailer or something for it, they don't have to give me an announced date. They have to give if we get a trailer. So
we might get something because 2008 was GTA 4. 5 years later, we got GTA 5. We're 7 years out now.
Well, that's the whole rumor is why it's the whole map of the United States is taking forever because they have so much.
That would be absolutely wild. And a ton of people still play GTA 5.
Well, online is like one of the most popular things still to this day.
I know.
And it just got even more popular with PCs, like the role-play lobbies and stuff like that.
Do you think they come out and they do the arm tattoo again to announce it at the Microsoft press conference? They come out and they roll up and GTA 5.
That'd be crazy. Well, it would be, what is it, GTA 6 now?
Yeah, GTA 6. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'd like to see that. Another series we totally forgot about, big one. Rocksteady's new game.
Oh yeah,
Either
unconfirmed.
I want to see either Justice League or Batman Beyond. I don't want to see more Arkham stuff. I want to see them change it up.
The rumor. Oh, I heard a rumor that
I
it would
saw
be.
Batman Beyond somewhere.
I heard it was going to be a rumor. Oh my God, I heard it was going to be a prequel, like game, like Origins. Maybe like the next step after Origins was a rumor. But also a Superman game is also rumored.
Yeah.
Oh, and Superman.
The problem with the Superman game is
he sucks.
How is
he's so boring.
Because he can't die unless it's kryptonite.
It's bullshit.
Like, how do you make that game? Like, how do you die? Like, what do you can't have like Batman where if you get shot too many times, like you're dead. Like, you can't. Like,
look, Krypton bullets. Kryptonian.
Exactly. No, if they find a way, because I mean, like, I remember when Batman Arkham came out, I was like, all right, cool, a Batman game. Like, I was like, Batman games suck. Like, generally, I was just like, I hate superhero games. Well, I mean, I was gonna say my buddy like forced me. He was like, dude, we'll go halves on it. We'll get it. I promise you, it's gonna be awesome. And I played it, and like, then on, I've been a massive fan of the series.
So they always talk about, just to do a correlation between video games and movies. Mm-hmm. That Iron Man's what launched the superhero phenomenon now. Even though I think that Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man had a lot more to do with it, but
yeah, I do.
I digress.
Yeah.
So you had the Batman games. That's kind of launched everything. People like getting it. Oh my God, superhero games can be awesome. Then you just had Spider-Man. You now have the Avengers game coming out. I feel like superhero games going forward are going to be a mainstay in video games because they know people are playing them. They know how to make them, so people like them now, and they got the right studios behind them. Like Rocksteady is incredible with obviously they did Batman. So
true. No, I definitely agree. I definitely want to see what they're working on though too. I'm excited that we at least got the
Justice League to compete with the Avengers game.
But
yeah. See, I love the Spider-Man game, but I still think the Batman ones like were better. Like that's where I think like DC, like Marvel needs to kind of like step up their game on the video game front, which it looks like they're doing, and I'm hoping DC follows through because like Injustice 2, I freaking love that game.
Yeah, maybe you get an Injustice 3.
Oh no, we just got Mortal Kombat.
No, we just got Mortal Kombat. Yeah,
I forgot that was the same.
I'm literally like have that on in the background right now too. Love
I was gonna say I agree that Batman kind of set it off, but I feel like Marvel took a fantastic step in the right direction with the Spider-Man game. I mean, I'm going to be biased. I love Spider-Man, but I love Batman. Love them both. I'm more of a Spider-Man guy. But the game had a much richer story. You know what I mean? It had a better story experience as opposed to here's the Joker, you're locked in an asylum, or here's Hugo Strange, he has you pinned in an asylum.
Yeah, I mean it's just like when I played Spider-Man, like the first Batman, I think was my favorite, the Arkham Asylum, because it was so different. It was so groundbreaking at the time that like even when I do the Spider-Man combat, I'm like, oh, okay, I see you took this off of Batman, you spun it around, you did your own thing on it. Like it was still good. It wasn't copied and pasted, but I was still like, it was still really good. But the first one, it's just, I think it's going to be hard to beat just because of nostalgia. But
yeah, I feel.
I didn't like Arkham City all that much. I actually liked Arkham Knight, even though I thought Knight's story was stupid. I liked all the other little mini stories around it, other than
that's also like I said, the main story for Spider-Man's was like really good. All the side quests were also like I loved every bit of the story as well as the combat for the Spider-Man games. But I mean the Batman games, I mean they hold up 100%.
I want to see a superhero game where the story is a lot better than what we've gotten. Like I thought Spider-Man's was really good. I didn't see some of the twists in there and stuff like that, but it was still kind of a little predictable. Like it was
obviously as soon as you knew Otto Octavius was you knew where things were going. Yeah.
I didn't think maybe they were going to go there that quick in that game, but like I want to see something step up the story, and I think actually like a Superman could do that because it's a game series that hasn't been done to death. Like it's. I don't know all of the Superman stories and stuff like that. So like they could do something with the Brainiac that is really cool. Like I saw some supposed concept art on it, but it was never, confirmed or anything. So
I feel like you have to dumb him down though, and by dumb him down, I mean like take some of that power away. You know what I mean? You got to make him vulnerable. You can't have a game where you're just running around punching, something 50 like 50 feet away from you, and then just shoot like eye lasers and like cool. I mean,
I agree.
yeah, I mean, it may not even be on Earth. I mean, they could do something
they could,
intergalactic or something like that.
And he's more vulnerable like in other planets. So
they could do, but. And just speaking on DC Universe, we got an announcement. I think it was this week too that DC Universe Online is coming to Switch. I'm actually pretty excited for that one.
Now, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was thinking this though, and I don't know if we have any. Like, what kind of details do we have on the Marvel Avengers game?
Just that you have single and multiplayer campaigns that you can play online with each other.
Nice.
And customize the Avengers to basically whatever you want, but we don't have word if you're gonna be like you can be Iron Man or whatever, or if you're creating your own Avenger or something like that.
That's where I'm going with this. If this game is like DC Universe Online, I'm going to be heavily disappointed.
Well, I never played DC Universe Online. What is that?
You make your own superhero, and then
I'm not about that.
It's like
Yeah, I'm not about that.
It's like World of Warcraft, though. It's like you go through, you do missions. At the time when it came out, it was kind of cool, but it was nothing compared to WoW because like WoW had so many more years under it. It had the content. I've heard it's evolved and it's gotten a lot better, but it's not. It's definitely not like, oh, I'm a superhero. It's just you're playing through WoW, but with superhero costumes.
Or like with the Star Wars games.
Yeah, like the Star Wars.
Yeah.
But it's a free game, too. That's why I'm excited for it to come on Switch, because, I mean, hey, another, free game on there. I put a lot of hours into it on the PlayStation 3 back in the day. I'd like to jump back in.
Now, the Avengers game, I want to talk about that a little more. What do you guys think is going to be the main thing in it?
That's the thing. Like, I don't see how you make a game.
Like, do you think it'll be a Thanos kind of deal? Like,
I don't know.
You're the whole game you're going against Thanos, or?
I think I saw a rumor online, and a lot of people pointed this, is the A in the Avengers looks kind of like
as the Spider-Man one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the same as the Spider-Man one.
I heard, though, it looks a little bit more like a 4. So it may be a 4-player multi, online. Each person takes the role of somebody. And that's why I hope it's not like Ultimate Alliance, but it'd be really cool if they,
See, I don't think it's going to be like Ultimate Alliance because it's going to be story-driven, I think.
Well, I'm just saying for the multiplayer aspect of it.
Yeah.
I
don't know. Like, that's the hard thing with, like, games sometimes, like superhero games. Like, how do you make it to play with everyone else? Like, I don't know.
That's why I'm suspicious of this. I think it's going to be exactly like DC Universe Online. I hope it's not. I really hope it's not.
I don't know. I don't think Square Enix would have spent this much time on it to make it.
I really hope not. But I'm suspicious
Square
because
Enix Square Enix is in very good graces with me. I love Square Enix. I think Square Enix makes very good games. That's why I'm not really worried about it. Outside the fact that they might be like Asian Avengers.
I'm just suspicious that how you coming out with an Avengers game when you just have a Spider-Man game and that's supposed to be the beginning. You have a one single superhero game and you had to build that. How do you build 20 other heroes in one game? You know what I mean? I'm a little suspicious. I don't think it's going to be what we
Maybe
expect.
There's a story for every character.
I think it's going to be a major flop.
Maybe it's a campaign for every character.
It is Crystal Dynamics, the people who've done Tomb Raider. So, I mean, the Tomb Raider's been mediocre. It's been, the last one actually was good, even though it got...
The new ones, right?
Knock off Nathan Drake.
Mm-hmm. They did knock off Nathan Drake, Uncharted, but I did have fun. I played only the first Tomb Raider, like the new ones, and I actually had a lot of fun with it, but it also was because it's very similar to Uncharted, which I love.
It's very similar to Uncharted.
But Uncharted did copy Tomb Raider originally.
You know what? Yeah.
Tomb
Raider has always been around.
True.
Fuck Lara Croft.
We also Square Enix press conference, Final Fantasy VII. More details on that. I'm
Yeah,
excited. For that.
yeah. I saw that.
We definitely got promises this year of games coming. I'm just hoping that we have more than what they just promised. Because last year it was like, oh, they're giving us some promises. It sounds good, and then we didn't get like anything else other than what we already expected. So I hope.
Last year was disappointing.
Yeah, I hope we get some
Overall.
surprises.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, go ahead.
Do you think we get any hardware announcements? Like any hardware, or hardware accessories, I should say, like a new controller, like a new Elite controller, or a new Joy-Cons, new special edition Joy-Cons.
I'd like to see
a new Switch design.
I don't think we're getting a new Switch design. We may get a Switch Lite or something like that because I saw GameStop has 21 games listed on their site with no info. One of them is listed as $200 as software, so it means it's a game for $200, like a collector's edition. But I mean, I could see a light one. I kind of hope they don't do it right now. I feel it would separate the market. I think they need like one more year until they do it.
Well, then that clashes with, possible PS5, Xbox, whatever.
Which I think is good because then it's this is the new Nintendo console. This is the new Xbox. This is they're on that upper ground. I do hope we get a pro version of the Joy-Cons, like maybe not as small and portable, maybe a little bit better grip.
Dude, they do need to redesign those things because like some people just don't have like small hands. It's kind of hard to play some of those games. I know PlayStation's not a part of the conference, but I do think maybe we'll get some kind of new like VR headset, maybe. Yeah. As an announcement, something from PlayStation, hardware wise.
Yeah,
I think we do. I think Xbox announces the new Xbox, and I think PlayStation says, "Okay, this is ours."
Yeah,
I think in a thing later in the week.
But we've already, not week, but Sony's already kind of played their hand. They've shown what they have.
Yeah, but I think you get a release date. I think they're waiting on Xbox to give a release, and they're going to come out later.
Okay.
I think Xbox gets the jump because Xbox needs to get the jump. Xbox needs to catch up to Sony. It's not Sony playing the catch-up game. Sony's already firmly ahead of Xbox in console wars. This is Xbox's opportunity. They're by themselves at E3 to come up, be like, this is what we're throwing at you next gen. It's coming out now. It's coming out next year, this year, whatever. Here it is. Here's all the games for it. Buy it now. Get hype. Then Sony can be like, oh, hey, this is what we have too. Later in the year.
All right. This is how I'm gonna transition into this is the completely batshit not gonna happen, but this is my prediction. This is what's going to happen. Microsoft's press conference, they're going to go through, they're going to show off all their games, they're going to show off this is running on X, this is running on that. Now we know Microsoft has their services, Game Pass, they've got all this stuff, they're lining it out. Microsoft goes, we're not making a next-gen console. We're making the console business. You can find us on PlayStation consoles going forward as like Game Pass and stuff like that. You can all our services on Nintendo Switch. All of our games will be available, everywhere.
And then you get a little bow down to the
yes.
To the PlayStation.
They're like, we're still going to make the X. We're still going to have that.
I would kill
We're
myself.
out. We're leaving.
I'd be out. I would turn off the press conference and.
Now I shouldn't say they're not getting out of consoles. I should say they're sort of like, we're just going to keep making Xbox Ones. We're going to keep making revisions to it. So like the Xbox Z will come out in like another 2 years. We're just having the one line. We're not updating anything else, but all of our services you'll be able to get everywhere.
His face.
For those of you who can't see, Andrew has put a gun in his mouth.
My God.
I'm telling you, if that ever happened, I would be the most pissed off. I would probably break the current one I have.
Listen.
I would be like, I'm out.
Listen. My arms are open. You can come to my Sony land.
They're like, the PlayStation 5 specs are too high. We can't get there with our budget, or we're too far in the hole already.
I would die. But that's your wild. That's your wild.
That's my bullshit. Yeah, that's my.
Sean, you want to go?
He's speechless, Sean.
Microsoft comes out and says, "Oh, Sony, you have your exclusives. How about Gears of Halo Theft Auto 5?" And then they drop the release date.
Master Chief picking up hookers next to the Clucking Bell.
Yes. Now, like batshit crazy. Jamie Kennedy comes back and announces that the PlayStation 5 is coming out in 3 days, and then he apologizes.
Dude, can you imagine?
That'd be crazy.
My wild one. I don't know if this is really outlandish, but I think it is that they announced an Xbox Oculus to compete with the PSVR.
Okay.
And it's launching with included in the new Xbox one package deal. You get them both for the low price of $399.
And it works just like Kinect.
Yeah. And you need to connect.
You have to say Cortana every time.
Cortana, turn on.
Xbox launches their own fleshlight.
Oh my god, I hated that though. And I had a Xbox One for a week, and like I would always say Xbox record that, and like half the time it would register, half the time it wouldn't.
It always registered for the commercials that were on TV.
Yeah,
I would get pissed because my brother would come in my room and be like, "Xbox, turn off." And my Xbox would be like, "You sure you want to turn off?" I'm like, "Nick, stop." I'd be in the middle of like a Call of Duty game, and it would just pop up on a screen, and I'd be like, "Stop!"
He said, "Nick, stop."
I love the people who used to have like the Xbox screen names like Xbox turn off. So like when you'd be mad, you'd be like, "God damn it, Xbox turn off!" And it'd be like, "Yes."
Yeah.
I forget what the one was. It was like Xbox Quick Game or something like that, and it used to do it.
Oh my god,
It's bad. I don't even want to talk about that. That's why they lost this generation, because of the Kinect.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they focused on TV more than anything.
They were
and their
on
E3.
high with 360.
Yeah, no,
Best
that was 360 was the shit.
But then, you know,
Sony took advantage of them, dude. Like they were like, we know it. We know what the fans really want.
but
And then they're
if
real bold
Xbox
with it.
did a VR, because Oculus is kind of.
Do you think they would team up with Oculus? I think Oculus could kind
Well,
of be
Oculus
its own
are
entity.
already kind of teaming up.
Are they?
Mm-hmm. But not really, kind of, but not really. But I wouldn't.
I think Oculus is like the go-to like version of VR. Like I think right. Like, am I right on that? Like
I don't
that's,
know
like,
if it's a low price of $399. I think it would be like more like $499, $599.
Oh, 100%. It's going to be way more than that.
I think $499 is the highest you can go on this next gen.
How much is Oculus right now?
A lot.
Yeah.
I think Oculus is like
Let's see.
$400 itself.
Add that onto a console. Yeah, it's going to be. And
No,
even if they slash it.
I heard the Oculus Quest is pretty dope though too, and that's
Yeah, they just launched one that you don't need.
the Quest. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need a PC, right?
No, I don't need a PC. It's like, I mean, they said like the PlayStation VR is actually more powerful than it, but you can play pretty much like all the PC games on there. So you can do like Beat Saber and whatever else is coming out.
Beat Saber looks really cool.
Beat Saber
What's
is fun. Yeah, I like Beat Saber.
What's that one where you like simulate a bar fight? That game looks so funny.
I think it's actually just called Bar Fighter.
Dude, that game looks awesome. I don't know what console, if that's for PlayStation VR or just Oculus, but that looks so fun.
I've been playing that new. It's VR, but you can play it without VR too. The Trover Saves the Universe.
Yeah.
That one's really good. I recommend that. And I've been playing that new one, Blood and Truth, the one the guys that did the heist game, and that's a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
I never got into the VR. I got one, and I was just like, not really for me.
Well, when I get the new house and we do hopefully one episode at my house, I'm going to make you guys play some VR.
Oh, 100%, I'm down.
Just because I feel like we're getting to the end of it. You know, E3 is probably the biggest week in gaming, in terms of news and hype and what's coming out, and
Yeah.
you know, gets everyone all excited again.
Yeah.
what do you guys? No, I'll give Jim Nintendo, you Sony, even though they're kind of not really there, but they're there. You know they're going to be there in some capacity, doing something. What's the one thing for each console that you guys want? Like whether it's Joy-Cons, whether it's the game. I know we kind of already went through like what game you want it. But what's one thing exclusive to your thing that you guys want?
I'll start right off. I mentioned it earlier. Star Fox Racing.
Yeah.
It's pretty much confirmed. It's just they didn't show it last year. I mean, a new Zelda and stuff like that would be cool. I want to see something different that they haven't shown off. And
like, well, I guess let me rephrase. Like, what would make it the perfect E3 week for you? Is that like that just to make it more
Star Fox Racing? No matter what else if that gets announced, I'll be happy. Like I'll walk away happy. Perfect will be Earthbound gets an announcement too. I get both of them in the one. Perfect.
Sony exclusive for me, and I know it's definitely probably not going to happen because if they did do this, they would definitely wait for the next console generation. But I would love to see a new Uncharted. And maybe a trailer for Spider-Man 2.
That'd be dope.
That would be that. If that happened, I would walk away mind blown. And they did the trailer for the first Spider-Man like 2 or 3 years in advance. So I mean, it's not out of the question.
Now, do you want a new console announced?
Yeah, I would love a new console.
Or a release date because it's already announced.
If we got any news, yeah, I'd be super hyped. But I mean, I'm looking to play. I'm not looking for the future. I'd rather know what I'm getting now. But
See, mine for me would be the new Xbox release date, Halo Infinite, Gears 5, which we already know is going to be there, and Call of Duty returning to the Xbox stage, giving some sort of thing with Xbox. Like, I don't know what I would want, but something where Xbox isn't necessarily that far behind in terms of like maps and stuff with them.
You're a real butthurt about that, huh? When they went to Sony.
Maps. Yeah, for 2 reasons.
You're gonna go to therapy for this one.
One, because I always played on Xbox.
Yeah.
And PlayStation, I'm good on PlayStation with it too, but it's just not the same for me. And nothing will ever beat for me the early Modern Warfare lobbies on Xbox.
No, I had a 360 during that. Yeah, I had a 360 in that era.
So Xbox for me is just crazy. But and 2, getting the maps like right now, it's like almost like a month later we get the maps.
It's not fair. It isn't. I mean, that's definitely.
And they're all going to be free, so it's not really even that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Like, even if you delay it like a week, that's fine. Like, give me a week later. But like now, it's like all these, even the League Play this year. League Play was on PlayStation 2 months before it even got to Xbox, and it was already delayed in this one. League Play was already late, so it didn't even come out until like March or April for Xbox. It's still relatively new.
I wanted to jump back with you because you said Gears 5, and honestly, I like the Gears series. I never beat 4. I just didn't really dig the story all that much.
I got really into that story. That was one of my favorites.
I kind of want them to do like a soft reboot on Gears. I don't know if they've really shown
soft reboots all around.
Yeah,
they definitely won't, but
I don't think they will for Gears.
Yeah, because I was just like, all right, I'm shooting robots now, and I don't know.
I want to add one more to the Sony. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Anything Infamous. If they announce a new Infamous title, like a Second Son 2 or whatever,
that'd be cool.
I love that series so much.
Now, is that exclusive to PlayStation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Call of Duty's obviously, you guys all know, Call of Duty's my biggest game, so I need them to return to Xbox in some capacity. What?
I'd like a Paper Mario.
My arms are open.
I want to return to form on Paper Mario. No more of this bullshit. Oh, this is Mario. He's got a paintbrush now, and he's gonna. No, I just want straight up Paper Mario.
Mario Sunshine.
No, Paper Mario. That's like RPG.
Mario Sunshine versus Paper Mario. Who wins
Paper
that?
Mario.
Well, now, the other thing,
Mario Sunshine sucks.
going back to Call of Duty real quick, with the crossplay, how are you going to release a map early on PlayStation?
Look, I don't think that's going to be a thing
Xbox.
anymore. No, if you think about like how like what you were just saying, I mean, all the content's free now. It doesn't make sense to do that at all. I think that might be over with. I think the only maybe any exclusivity we get, because like what's the biggest thing now in any game?
Skins.
There you go. I think we get maybe like exclusive skins.
Well, because they're still going to do a season pass kind of deal like they're doing right now, and they're still having COD points in the game where you can buy different skins. So that's
exactly. I think it will
get the season pass a week earlier or something than everyone else.
Yeah.
That they can start collecting skins and stuff like that.
So, perfect example right now, and I know it's not doing as well as it was when we first started doing this podcast, but Apex. Apex has exclusive packs that come out for PlayStation for free that are bonus skins, bonus weapon skins, all that stuff. And, you know, they say that their affinity is more toward PlayStation. I mean, I can definitely see that being the foreseeable future for exclusivity in, you know, gaming markets.
Yeah, because I mean, then it starts a mess of.
No, it does, and it's not fair to you guys. It really isn't.
On a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get the work on the map even if you get it a month earlier. I'll still.
Or like 2 days, like a 2 day, like you know what I mean? Like how like Division 2, you could play 2 days early, like something stupid like that.
I'll still put the work in on you though. I'll still kill you in the game. Even
you won't even play me in MLB right now. So I take nothing you say is being taken seriously. By the way,
boys, play nicely.
Chat, get him to play me in MLB.
I'm actually playing Call of Duty after this. But.
Oh, hey, play me in MLB after. No, I can't, man. I gotta do it for the chat.
All right,
I'm ending this. All right. Before we end the podcast, the last thing I had on the bullet points was we're about at the halfway mark of this year. What is your half year game of the half year? I have too many halves in there somewhere.
Who wants to start?
You can start.
Hold
on. Did it have to come out in 20?
Yes, this year. Yeah.
Or is it like from E3 to E3?
It has to be this year, and it can't be Fortnite.
Fortnite came out like 2 years ago too, right? For me, it's pretty easy. This is a game I had a lot of fun with, especially when we first started this podcast. I think it was the first thing I came on to even talk about. Resident Evil 2.
Nice.
Blew me away when it came out. Still play it here and there for now. So
that was a contender for mine too. I think I'm going to go with A Plague Tale that I just beat. I think that, like, just for story wise, that is one of the best games I played this generation, and I played Last of Us this generation.
Mine's Rage 2. I love that game.
Yo, it is good.
That's one of my favorite games out right now. I haven't played it in like a week because I've been grinding Call of Duty with one of my friends. Because the ladder was open earlier this week, so I went and won my ladder, and then
Rage 2 would have been mine.
Yeah.
However, I am stuck on a bug right now where the elevator is not working for me and I cannot progress further in the story.
Wow.
I can do all the side missions I want to, but I can't do the main mission right now.
That's terrible.
That is why it is not my game.
I didn't get there yet, so.
That's fair.
Yeah. My other one that was really close was Mortal Kombat 11. Really, really enjoying that. That may be my game of the year, though, by the end of the year, if they release the content like they say they are.
I think, yeah, it's definitely, though, honestly, a close second for me would be Division 2. I really enjoyed Division 2 as well.
Yeah, no, Division 2 is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Rage 2, that game's just fun. Like, Jim was in the party with me. I literally kicked a dude over a barrier and jumped over and blew his head off as I was jumping over. It was like one of the coolest things ever. I was going nuts.
I still think Anthem is a better game.
Shut up.
You guys attacked me when I said it was going to die.
Hey, listen, I never said I was trying to be the moderator.
I will say I went on that, but I did think that they were going to be delivering content a lot more rapidly than what they did.
Fuck yeah.
Because we still, I don't think, have Cataclysm yet. I just actually downloaded it to like they had an
World of Warcraft Cataclysm that came out a couple years ago.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay.
No, God, no. Just they.
No, I was gonna say I said fuck EA, but Battlefield 5 is
talk about Star Wars, by the way.
No, we didn't. There's a lot of things that we didn't talk about.
Well, disappoint. Like, what do you think out of all the E3 announcements? What game do you think is going to bomb out of all of them? That's going to get a lot of hype.
The Avengers game.
I'm going to go Star Wars actually.
I'm going Star Wars too.
Really? Okay. I'm going with that Avengers game.
It's got too much hype surrounding it because that Avengers game, they can screw that up and still be okay. They can be like,
I don't know.
It's very exciting.
Well, you're right.
They deliver a lot of good stuff. I mean, people may be mad, but like, I mean, it'd be the first time they really screwed up. Like if they did like a lot of too many microtransactions, you know, it's something that they could fix in a patch and maybe win people back with. If Star Wars comes out and there's one problem with it, it's dead.
People are gonna freak out.
Mm-hmm. And it's the same thing with Battlefront 2. Like when Battlefront 2 announced, they said all the map packs are free. You know, all the DLC coming out's free for it. You know, everything's good. Like you're lined up, and then they put that pay-to-win mechanic into it and just destroyed it. So EA finds a way to screw it up every time.
And they do. They really do. And like I said, they screwed up Battlefield 5 in the beginning. I think now it's in its revival period. It's coming. They released the map a day early before like it was like scheduled to come out because they're just like, here. And now they released a new roadmap and they have a lot of content coming out. They have one map coming out each month, which is what people have been waiting for. I'm going back. I think that they might even release a trailer, like remarketing the game for, you know, maybe people who didn't get on the bandwagon. But we'll see. But I think that's a fix on EA's part and DICE, probably mostly DICE.
Agreed. All right. Well, I can wrap up this game podcast for now. We can go into the post show, and Sean, you can go take that baby and, you know, do your stuff.
Yeah, I want to check on her, see how she's doing.
Yeah, join us on twitch.tv/SpiderStatics.
Don't tell me what to do.
Oh, and we have our sponsor is Jim's Repair Service in South Jersey. I actually remembered. So down in the description. It's hot outside. Cool your nuts off. Call them.
That should have called my hair down this week. My hair was down this week.
What was mine last week? It's hot out. Call them bitch or something. I don't remember.
Yeah. Call them bitch.
Yeah, my hair actually went down this week. I should have called them.
Damn, yes, you should have. All right. Thank you, everybody. Stay golden.